A test light is absolutely one of the most OG pieces of test equipment. Still relevant to today as long as you understand how to use it. When you hook it up to the negative and touch the positive, the light turns on. When you do the opposite, the light turns on. So you can use these to seek power or ground. This one cost a whopping $10. They're widely available, and they can determine, in a manner of speaking, the quality of the connection. But it can't tell you the actual voltage that you're testing. So to know what the actual voltage is, we're going to need a multimeter. Now, a digital multimeter does a lot of things, but we're just focusing on voltage testing at the moment. As you can tell, this battery is 12.41 volts. The next thing we're going to look at is a power probe. Now it's sort of both these things combined, in a manner of speaking. It doesn't mean that it can replace both, it just means that it can do a lot more. And it has one more function that we'll see as well. A power probe has the ability to send 12 volts or send ground, or sync something to ground if you rather. It can also tell you if you're touching ground or touching power. Likely one of the best uses for a power probe is just testing things, like this halogen bulb that we have here. Let's hook up to the battery, and then we'll hook up the ground lead from the power probe to the ground lead for the halogen, and then we'll send power to the 12 volt side. This is important. Notice how we've got it hooked to the positive side, but it's sensing ground. It's sensing it through the light bulb. When we press up on the rocker switch, we apply 12 volts and the light bulb lights. We'll pause here for a second and think about why it senses ground when hooked up to the positive side of the light bulb. Well, right now, the only thing actually attached to the light bulb is a ground wire. So, through that ground wire, through the filament, all the way through that small power cable to the tip of the power probe is all one ground path. Many people never understand this concept, but it's super important to understand. Otherwise you may confuse yourself during troubleshooting. And don't worry, power probes have a mute function. Here's a low-cost digital multimeter that many people will recognize as being from Harbor Freight. I think it's $10. I bought it just for this video. Watch what the voltage is. Not quite as accurate as the Fluke, but a lot of times these meters, although not being very accurate, could be good enough to troubleshoot something, as long as you're troubleshooting within the accuracy of the meter relative to itself. Here's a quick check of the voltage with the Fluke at the same time. This gives you an idea why things cost what they cost sometimes. Although the Fluke cost at least $200 more, it's incredibly accurate. While at Harbor Freight, I went ahead and spent an extra $12 to get a logic probe. When you touch negative, the LED illuminates green. When you touch positive, the LED illuminates red. This is kind of like part of a power probe. You've probably never wondered this before, but let's check it out. The digital multimeter draws no amperage when testing voltage. Notice the amperage draw is 0. And if you're wondering about the voltage mismatch, I'd trust the Fluke multimeter over the low-cost Chinese power supply. Here are the results with the Harbor Freight digital multimeter. And let's check out how the power probe reacts. You'll notice a small amperage change when the switch is depressed for sending power or sending ground. And you get the same result approximately for detecting ground and power. And don't worry, I didn't forget about the test light. Let's check it out real quick. When it's powered up, it draws very little current, 0.26 amps. With the settings changed on the power supply, We have 4 volts drawing 0.12 amps. You can tell it's barely illuminated. That's why test lights can be used to find circuits that don't work well. Here we give it back to 14.3 volts, but we limit the current to 0.1 amps. As you can tell, it does still illuminate. It's super dim, telling us there's a problem. So as you can tell from these 2 examples with the test light, a test light still earns its spot in the toolbox. It's not expensive, so it's kind of silly not to own one. It does tell you something about the quality of the circuit you're testing. Another common use for a power probe is just testing fans and things like that. This one's not even in the car, and we can test it. Now moving over to an actual system. So these are the RTMRs that we built in the build series. It's all functioning. We have a test light we can hook to ground, just this bolt that's sticking out. And what we can do is test for power at fuses. All right. Same thing, ground on the ground. All right. And our third tool, the power probe. I'll turn the audio on. There we go. All right. All of them have power. Let's say I want to know whether the horn circuit actually works. I can pull that relay and I can send power directly to the horn. That tells me there's a circuit there. And when I apply power, rip headphone users. And now remember, we can also send ground, which means we can do things like this. We took a look at what a test light, a multimeter, and a power probe can tell us about circuits. So these are all questions that we can ask of circuits. But honestly, we've only scratched the surface of what these tools can do. There is so much more. This is just a video to start the series for like how to troubleshoot automotive systems. So in future videos, we'll also look at other tools that make troubleshooting easier, or combinations of tools to make troubleshooting easier. Very specific problems, like how do we check a voltage drop? Well, there'll be a video that is nothing but doing voltage drop testing and all the different ways you can do it, what tools to use, etc. That's just one example of many videos to come. Although this video is just a very small taste of what's to come, if you did like the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, send your friends, and we'll see you on the next one.